Check now. Anybody out there? Anybody out there? Ladies and gentlemen, happy Tuesday. I hope that you're doing well today. Today wraps up our Black Friday promotions, and it also is Giving Tuesday. Now, I don't typically, really like to do the full holiday promotion thing. But every year I always make donations to musical charities. And howdy, Josh. Howdy, Kevin. Howdy, Higgy Higgins. Good to see you all. Every year, I make donations to musical based charities um, because music really, in a lot of ways, saved my life. Um, but today, I found out some unfortunate news that someone really, really close passed away. Someone that believed in me when I was very, very young and I needed it most. I'm not going to say her name out of respect for the family, but one of the closest people in my life, and someone who was always extremely generous to me. And I just felt compelled to come on here and basically on this Giving Tuesday, basically ask you all what are some of your favorite musical charities that you love supporting or that you know of that do really, really good work, especially for kids. There's just, kids are the future. And for those of us that really were looking for something when they were younger, finding music and finding people that would support them in music. Um, I don't know. It's just such an important thing to me. So I wanted to come on here and basically give you all the forum to let me know what are some of your favorite musical charities. And in addition to all of the giveaways that I'm going to announce tomorrow for this Black Friday promotion, I'm also going to give away two um, uh, two masterclass semester memberships, which include a permanent lifetime membership to Guitargate, which I'm paying for out of my own pocket. I'm paying the instructors myself. To anybody out there who could not afford it, it was very expensive. I know these were $2,000 for 6 months, and so I'm going to give away two of those, and I'm also going to give away or donate rather, in addition to the other things, which I'll cover in a second, um, another $1,000. But I want to do it. I'm thinking maybe $200 to five charities that are music related and hopefully kids related. So, I'm kind of looking to you all for some guidance on this. So to summarize, um, this past Black Friday promotion announced kind of the beginning of the end for lifetime memberships here on Guitargate. We started offering them a couple years ago, and it just kind of got out of hand. I never intended it to kind of become what it has become. And so we're going back to kind of the way things used to be. And so if you haven't gotten one yet and you're interested, the coupon will still work for today. It is in the description, but you can use the code Black Friday 50 and still grab one. And then tomorrow we're going to give away. Where is it? Is it in that? I think it's still in my gig bag. We're giving away the SE Custom 24 from PRS. We're giving away $1,000 worth of musical gear, any gear that you want from any retailer. And then I'm also making $1,000 donation to anyone or to any charity in any one of your names, or just sending you $1,000 in cash if you just need the money. But then I'm adding two more things. I'm giving away two semester memberships to someone out there who really wanted them that couldn't afford it, and then also making an additional charitable donation. And I'd like to do maybe 200 to five different charities. So that's it. So thank you so much for the privilege of being able to do this for a living, and it is absolutely my favorite time of year. It's my favorite part of this job, which is to give back. And so again, if tomorrow I will announce the winners for the first three for the guitar, for the gear giveaway, and for the donation/cash giveaway. These are going to be completely random. I'm literally just going to go into GuitarGate. I'm going to do a random email thing, and just I will email you directly. Um, but if anybody out there, um, in particular, wanted to be a part of the master classes but couldn't, but you really think that um, you would log on regularly, that you would that you would uh, you know seize this opportunity, um, you can email me directly right now at support@guitargate.com and just say masterclass, and I will read them at the end of this. But I would really love to find a couple people that will really, really work at it, that will appreciate the opportunity, who would never be able to afford it or would never choose to afford it. And last, let's talk about charities. I'd love to know the details of any of them that you may or may that you may know about that I may not know about. I've given to Mr. Holland's Opus every year. Let's see, I've done the Rex Foundation. Um, I've done what is the one that Fish does? The water. I can't remember it, but anyway, let's go through it and say hi. Gabriel, 49, good to see you. Ricardo, good to see you. Jocko, good to see you. Mr. Tonic Amps, howdy. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Tonic. Yes, Josh Gilliam, Music Cares. I know that that's a good one. Rex Foundation, I'm aware of that. If you're looking for a charity, Guitars Not Guns is a great charity that provides musical equipment and lessons to underprivileged communities. I love that. That's such an aggressive title. Guitars Not Guns. But obviously, all right, that's interesting. Guitars Not Guns. I'd love to hear the story of the person that started that. Yeah, Music Cares is a great charity. I'm familiar with them. Save the Music for sure. Guitars for Vets. I have given to Guitars for Vets before. And a lot of you know this about me, but I don't broadcast it. Veterans in particular, I always give discounts to, but most of the time people just email me and say, hey, do you give discounts for veterans? And the answer is like, of course I do. But there's so many things I do that I just don't broadcast. So that's a great one. TJ, how you doing, brother? Gabriel. Yeah, Josh, a pretty tasty giveaway. Hey, Mike, you have no Be More accent by design. Is that true? Do I not have a Baltimore accent or Balmer accent? I think I do. I can tell you this, that when I lived in the South, everybody said I sounded like I was from the North. When I lived in the North, everybody said I sounded like I was from the South. And when I lived in the West, everybody also said I sounded like I was Southern, but different. So that probably makes me a Marylander, I would think. He goes, as far as charity, I'd like to see music taught in prisons, retirement homes, and the like. I agree. Now, I don't know if they allow guitars in prisons because, like, people could take the strings off and strangle each other with them. I don't know. But my gut feeling is they probably don't allow things like that. But I have no idea. If someone knows of that, that's like what I said is completely inaccurate. Maybe that's only a maximum security thing. Let me know. Mr. Tonic, I've donated to school band programs, sometimes related to events like help pay travel for uniforms, sometimes just money to buy instruments. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Tomas. I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. Josh, if you really wanted to be able to do it, just email me, man. Just again, um, the semester winners, yes, they're chosen randomly, but I don't have the ability to see who's live on YouTube and then see your email and then change and then like go onto your account and change it. And I don't really want you to post your email on here. I've done things like that before and people have like freaked out and being like, "No, you can't you can't ask people to post their email on YouTube. Like you can't just share people's email." People get upset about that and obviously I'm not in you know, trying to do that. But I'm trying to avoid that. So email me. And obviously if I get like 10, I'm still going to choose 2. So in the email just kind of say like make me if you make me feel that that you're actually going to be there and you're actually going to take advantage of it, um that's who I'm going to pick. So it's not going to be random. I'm actually going to read the emails. Um and so um it's really going to be I'm going to pick a couple that make me feel that this person is not taking up a spot that would be better suited for someone else. Simple as that. Because what I'm trying to do with these semesters, because it's a live lesson every day of the week for the most part, weekdays. So I'm trying to find the right balance of room for the students and um, and the instructors. So, for example, if there were 200 people logged on every live session, it would be the same as if you were in college and you were in this massive lecture hall. Um, it like is doable, but it's far less impactful than if it were like a room of like 25 people, right? Or even 50 people. And so I want to make sure that everyone a part of it can ask a question and have the instructor see every question if they so desire. That's the idea behind it. And again, these instructors go, but it, it costs between $250 to $500 an hour, depending on who, what, when, and where, right? And they're all extremely booked up always. So to get them weekly, with little breaks here and there when they have gigs and tour, um, uh, is kind of a big deal, especially for me. I mean, I am just as excited to learn as I am to offer it to you. So that's why. Um, Yes, Ian Gray. Guitargate is my teaching site. Um, Again, the link is in the description, and the coupon code should be attached to that link. We just kind of came out with that, so like you can click it, and the discount's already applied. But if you click around and you check it out, and you see that like um, it didn't get applied, it's Black Friday 50, one no spaces, all that. Peter, how are we doing? Semicolon. Good to see you. I love German. Yes. Water wheel. Yes, I've given to water wheel. That's exactly right. Um, I love Germany. Love Germany. Um, Ian, great. Okay, excellent. Bruce Doc Smith, good to see you. Listen, peaks and valleys, my friend. Peaks and valleys. Just keep getting back on. Um, Gabriel, very nice. I've emailed you and included my screen name. I appreciate that, Gabriel. Um, why is it so weird to find a truly good person on the internet? What has happened to us over the last 30ish years? This is actually a really good thing to talk about. I think that people who make stuff for the internet, content creators, there's no information in content. Oh, I make content. What the hell does that mean? I think they put stuff out that they think the world will value, right? Or will give them attention, whether it's like people uh, editing their photos or their videos to get the most likes or whatever, or the clickbaity stuff. And so basically, they make stuff that they think other people will like. But what I'm doing here, as far as in the education game, uh, and I'm doing it because I want to be a teacher, because I think I'm a good teacher, and because I want to build a life around my family instead of keep looking for bigger stages and bigger uh, places to play and have a family kind of built around my life. Um, I use the internet for what I think its true strength is, and that's to scale yourself. So, whomever you already are in real life, in real person, like if you triple down on that, um, the internet allows you to scale you. And if you do that, you kind of get back what you put out into the world, which is similar kinds of people. And as you notice, people that like good music are kind of like good people, and they know other good music, which, and then they, in turn know other good people. And that's kind of how it goes, right? It's the same thing as, when you were in middle school and high school and college or whatever. And you'd be like, oh, this dude's into this. Oh, well, then check this. If you like this, you'll definitely like this. And you'll find that, like, you generally like the people that like the music you like. Not that foreign of a concept. All this is doing is spreading that beyond physical walls. So it's not so much that everyone on the internet is uh, kind of a shitty person. It's not the case. It's more that most people on the internet don't use it to try to become a better version of themselves, to spread their community, to broaden their community, to meet new friends, to meet new members of the community, to go on this personal ride with them the way that I do. That's the difference. Like, this is a personal ride for me. Like, I'm still fighting the battle every day to try to get better, believe in myself, help other people do the same. And it's the same as person I was before I started going in front of cameras and computers. And so that's the difference you're picking up on. Let's see. Yes, the Mockingbird Foundation. Yes, I've given you the Mockingbird Foundation too. Love hearing that, Tamatosh. Went for the lifetime subscription ages ago. My playing has changed ever since. I appreciate that, and I appreciate that you support me and my family. A it means a great deal to me that that you feel that way, because it's my life's work, and my family is everything, and this is very much an extension of that for me. Um, Billy, you are welcome. Thank you so much. The Garcia family started the Jerry Garcia Foundation. I don't think I've ever donated to them. I've donated to Rex. Let's see here. Michael Harrison, not the topic, but I was just astro traveling to Bridge of Size, and I thought that I'd say, wow, ma'am. This is totally different. Bruce Doc Smith, I have the time to binge what I've missed out on. Truly pray all is getting closer with your family. Most important for a healthy mindset. It's exactly right. I think that there's so much going on right now to force, I don't know. I just feel like people in general, there's so much going on in society that is just nothing makes sense anymore. And I wish more people would do just fundamental things and talk about fundamental things that we know work. And that's like, bet on yourself, take chances, do everything, with a family mindset, whether it's in your community or whatever. Save money, like, work hard. You feel good when you prove to yourself that you can do hard things as a lifestyle. The answers to your questions are inside, they are not outside. Take ownership and responsibility for as much as you can. Point your fingers inward, not outward. Just like fundamental things. And I really, every year I get older, I think about that more and more and more, and really try to focus on me and my family and the difference I can make in my little world. Um, and and uh, I feel like if more people did that, um, we would see more differences. We would see more change than just the broad shotgun approach. Um, Jason Walsh, man, you're welcome. I'm so glad it helps and inspires you, man. I really do. George Campbell, howdy from the UK. Oh, let's see. If you have extra gear, check with my local schools. Extra gear is one thing I do not have. I do not hang on to extra gear. I don't hang on to extra anything. I am not a hoarder or a collector or someone that chases physical objects in general. Um, that is not one of my problems. I have lots of other problems, but that is not one of them. Drive fast and take chances. Yeah, right. Thomas, thank you so much. Yeah, it's actually not quite my birthday yet. My birthday is actually this Friday. And so anybody that is a masterclass member, semester member, I will not be there Friday because I am actually going skiing. And I'm stoked about it. I am 40 and my wife and I are taking a trip and we are getting away for a long weekend and I'm going west to the mountains outside. I'm unplugging. I don't intend to bring my phone, or I'm going to bring it, but I intend to not get on my phone, not get on the computer. I intend to be out in nature, hang out with my wife, and just no kids and just do that. Yeah. Nick, what is your rig in your reaction videos? I am going to blow your mind. My rig in my reaction videos, I am plugged guitar, cable, tuner directly into my Focusrite Claret 4 Pre, uh, whatever you call that thing, and then that goes into my DAW, and I just have a regular preset, and that's it. I'm not using an aux. I'm not running it through an amp. I'm not doing any of that. The only thing else that I do is also going through my Focusrite. I have a boom mic, right? And the reason I have a boom mic is because I used to use lav mics, and with the guitar strap, it always rustled. I'm trying to get rid of the rustle. The quality is not as good, but I don't like having the mics in the shot. Lots of friends that I know on YouTube, etc., keep their mic in the shot. They have like an SM7B. It looks great, sounds even better. I just like to move around. I'm kind of a, someone that likes to move around. So I like to be free. And that's it. Like simple, simple, simple. Josh, isn't skiing your favorite thing? Yeah, Josh, if I wasn't a guitar player, I'd probably be a ski bum or like a boat captain. Like I would be outside in nature exploring for a living. Like I would be if I wasn't building something musically, I would be fulfilling my sense of adventure outside for a living, hands down. I would not be in an office. I would not be in a climate controlled area. I would be outside, fulfilling my sense of adventure, exploring, finding things that I didn't know were there. It would be something else. So as an artist, like I have to be building and making something, but I think the other side of that is finding things and exploring and fulfilling that sense of adventure. Like I feel an intense need for freedom, exploration, fresh air, uh um like it just calls me. The open water, it just absolutely calls me. Like every day I sit in here with these artificial lights and I have the window closed so that the light is consistent. The second I turn the cameras off, I turn these lights off, I open my windows. I leave the door open when I work. Oftentimes, I don't even turn overhead lights on, like whether I'm in the house or home. I'm like natural light. If it's dark outside, it's dark inside. Like I don't try to control my environment. I try to be one with my environment, explore my environment. I live on a farm. I spend most mornings walking around the farm with the dog, trying to see if a tree fell, what's going on. I do the same thing at night. Like that is me. I'm not trying to control my thing. I'm trying to kind of explore and be a conduit. So, yes, skiing is my thing for sure. Um, Single trail ribbon of death. Yes, I know. I know. No, I'm going to Utah. I'm going to Utah. I'm going to opening weekend at Alton Snowbird. Like, and they've been getting hammered with snow. It's a big deal. My wife's actually from Fort Lauderdale, and she didn't grow up skiing, so it's one of the things she's kind of had to uh, fall in love with me. But it's happened, and she's excited to go. So we take our kids skiing every year. It's a huge endeavor, super logistically hard, super financially hard. Got to take them out of school. It is such a big to do, but it's so important to me. It's kind of like my little parenting hill to die on. I know some people do Disney or they do whatever they do with their kids, and they're just like, we have to. I know it's a fortune. I know it's impossible. For me, it's skiing. I want to teach my kids how to read trail maps, how to read the mountain, how to, learn like where the riverbeds are and like how the mountains all flow down and why they put uh, chairlifts where they do, how to get used to the cold and and tackle things that are hard and teach them that they can do hard things and all the parts of it are great. I love all the parts of it, except how hard it is to get there and how much it costs to get there. But once you're there, it's the best thing ever. Arapahoe Basin. Yep, totally. Okemo. I would love to go to Okemo. I've been to Mount Snow before. I've never been to Okemo. Yeah, Stowe is a little farther north, but I've been to Stowe a bunch as a kid. Some of the coldest I've ever been is Stowe. Yeah, Josh, couldn't agree more. Arn, if you were 18 years old and starting a music career in 2023, what advice would you give yourself? Well, here's what I would say. That being a musician, right? I wouldn't call it a career. I would call it a calling. I would call it a lifestyle. Um, I think what you really, the people who choose to be musicians are people who can't imagine doing something else. It's the people that can't turn off that little voice in the back of their heads that's just like, I can make something that no one else can make. And I have to do it. Otherwise, I'll never be satisfied. Uh, I must do this. So you have to have that calling. You have to have that thing that you can't turn off. And then you also have to look at it as a very long, slow climb. You have to think of it in terms of I might be 18 and imagine how good I'll be at 35 if I pick it up every day. Imagine if I throughout no matter what life throws at me. Imagine what I'll be able to do and make and express at 52 if I pick it up every day and I make it a part of who I am. That's the mindset. That's the artistic mindset. I would implore all of you to read The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield if you haven't. It's who you are, and learning to double and triple down on who you are is key. And the market at whole will decide whether or not it will give you the money to support yourself um, uh, over the long term. In the short term, join bands, join working bands that pay to play. That's what I had to do. Teach, do the things that you have to do to pay your bills. But as far as if this is who you are as a lifestyle and you want to do it over the long term, you're not going to be able to do it if you don't have that inner fulfillment, and you're not going to have that inner fulfillment without a constant commitment to a long, slow climb of personal achievement. And then the market at large will determine whether or not there will be money there so that you don't have to do something else. I know that's not concrete advice, but it's true advice. Yeah, nature for the win. My dream house is on a 50-acre forest, hopefully with a pond. Totally. I don't have 50 acres, but I do have a small farm. I do not have a pond. I live in Maryland. They don't let you make ponds anymore. I would love to have a tractor and make a pond, though. But then they'll probably, I don't know what they do, if they throw you in jail or take away I don't know. But land use in my part of the country is a serious issue. Yes, it's the powder dream. Yeah, Park City is so expensive, but I'll tell you what, man, direct flights to Salt Lake, Southwest, you don't pay for your bags. You're at the resort in less than an hour. Public transportation. I mean, like, there's a reason it's so packed and so expensive. Let's see. Yeah, well, that happens. You gotta figure it out. Learn how to read music and not drink alcohol. Matt and Tina. I mean, I don't totally agree with both of those statements, but I also cannot disagree with them. You don't need to be sober and you don't need to learn how to read, but they're really helpful if you do. If you do those things. Matthew, longtime fan. Good to see you. I'm a director of a nonprofit called Guardian Encore. We bring veterans and first responders and record. Sold. Guardian Encore. Love it. That's one I had no idea about. Matthew, shoot me an email, support@guitargate.com, with a link to donate, and I will look for it after this stream. But I did write it down so I don't forget. That's an awesome charity. And that's so cool. You know why it's so cool? It speaks to the vibe of this community, and to the goal I think we all have at large, which is we all have gear. Sure, a lot of us don't have gear, super urban or rural, poor areas. But when you offer to record someone for free and you put it out into the world, that's them betting on them. That's them investing in something that's in their soul and giving that a voice. It's not, here, I gave you this thing that you don't have the money for. It's being a platform for what's inside. That is what it's all about. Oh, Maximiliano, I appreciate that. Bought my first electric guitar a few days ago. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Tom Wu, is music a business? Shouldn't we treat a music career like a business, or should we treat it purely like art? Tom, you're going to talk to a lot of very successful people that disagree on to the answer to that, and you're going to talk to a lot of very unsuccessful people that disagree to that question. The answer is what is in your heart. What is in your heart? If it is in your heart to make an artistic career financially all you do for a living, I fall firmly into this category, right? If you crave that independence from the world and you want your artistic expression to be the thing that pays for your life and allows it to be that vehicle of freedom, then absolutely. But if you, on the other hand, like I have one of my closest friends, best guitar player I know, his name is Noah Ang. He's been on the channel a bunch. He wants to make knives or something else for a living. He does not want to have his artistic thing to be the thing that becomes work. He wants it to be his escape from the rest of the world. He wants it to be he wants his currency to be completely separate from his personal identity as an artist. Equally, if not more valid. So it is purely what's in your heart. If you desire to have your artistic thing be a financial vehicle to have freedom from everything else, then it's a whole other conversation. I made a whole course on it, the online educator's blueprint. Like for me, I chose the internet, I chose education. You can choose gigging, you can choose making music for film and TV. Can't really choose making records anymore. Even streaming, it's like it's just you have to get billions of streams to be able to like buy houses and cars and stuff. Like it's like a really ridiculous equation. Um, but there are ways to do it. And so the answer is what's in your heart. Like what is in your heart? For some people, the artistic thing is this pure thing that they don't want touched by the dirtiness of the world, and they want it to remain this sacred, clean thing for them. And I totally get it. I'm jealous and a little bit envious of those people. But at the same time, as adults, we have to make choices. There is no work life balance, there is no right or wrong. There's just the choices you make as adults and the responsibility you have to live up to those choices and to support your family, right? And to do what's best for you, for that voice in your head that rings true, not the voice that other people plant in there, not the voice that society tells you should or should not do. It's the real truth in the back, in the deepest part. And if you pay attention to that real, honest truth, your answer will lie within there. Okay. Paul, thank you so much for the donation. Triads or arpeggios, and why? If you could only choose one. Well, an arpeggio is a triad. That's like a square and a rectangle. Arpeggio is just more triads, right? It's a triad that just keeps going. So like if I am on the piano and I do C, E, G, and then I just reach over and do the next C, the next E, the next G, the next C, right? I'm just stacking triads. So the answer is obviously triads, because you know it is an arpeggio. Well, listen, the great thing about music is that you don't need to read, you don't need to understand theory, but it's incredibly helpful. I think all of those people that you think might be proud that they never learned theory or how to read or whatever. And I think you would imagine that they'd have like a flag in their hand and be like, I did this uh, without anybody's help. I think all of them, while there might be some people that do feel that way, I think all of them would readily agree that it was the harder way. And it's the same as anything else, learning a language or uh, learning to build a house or work on cars or whatever it is. Like if someone shows you what works, that is widely agreed upon, that works, and you start from there, that is such a better approach than, oh, I think I know what's wrong. Let's try to figure this out. Maybe I use this tool. Maybe these things go together. If everything you begin with is just pure intuition, ears, and maybe, um, it's not that you can't figure it out. I mean, human beings are amazing, amazing creatures. Um, but I think everyone that's achieved any level of success would agree that, like, uh, okay, the next thing I try to tackle, we don't always have to do things the hard way, right? You don't always have to do things the hard way. Some people only learn the hard way. I have a son that is absolutely on that trajectory. And my hope is that one day he, like his father, will get to a place where they realize, I don't have to do it the hard way. I could. I've done it before. Might be nice to not always take 5 steps back to take 1 step forward. Just saying, might be nice for once. Might be nice. All right. Let's see. Makes it more fun. Oh, you're talking about Squire guitars, etc., etc. Um, yeah, Flarm, exactly. Exactly. It's different things for different people at different times for different reasons. Why would music and art be any different than any other aspect of your life? It's just a reflection of what you're seeing and feeling in the world around you. That's all it is, regardless of the instrument or anything else. So, of course, different things are going to work for different people at different times for different reasons, obviously. Um, all right, my friends, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for jumping on. So, Guitars Not Guns, Music Cares, Guitars for Vets, Jerry Garcia Foundation, and the Guardian Encore. Guitars Not Guns and Guardian Encore, I have not heard about. Um, the other three, Music Cares, Guitars for Vets, and Jerry Garcia Foundation, I have donated to. So I am probably going to donate again. Again, I've donated to Rex. I've donated to Water Wheel. I've donated to Mr. Holland's Opus. But it'll be my pleasure to donate to those 5 again, in the Guitar Gate community's name. So once again, thank you so much for being a part of this community. Thanks for jumping on here. And again, thank you so much for allowing me to do this for a living. And for anybody that hasn't joined, the promo code is still good for today. It is in the description. You can click on it, but it's also Black Friday 50. We are shutting down lifetime memberships. So after this holiday season, they will cease to exist, except for semester students. And tomorrow, I will announce the winners of the PRS guitar, of the gear giveaway, and of the donation. And as far as the masterclass semester students, the 2 that I'm giving away, I'm going to check my email at the end of this and respond to you directly. And I'm going to choose the 2, not randomly, but that I think will capitalize on the opportunity the most. And with that, know that I love you all. I sincerely appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.